Hello and welcome guys to a new episode on SportPredictorFanatic. Today we're going to predict the Premier League round 3 matchups that are going to be played this weekend. As you know, I didn't predict Premier League exactly right until now. So let's hope that is going to change this weekend. As you know, first going to do my predictions of all matches. Then I'm going to say on what match I'm betting on, what my strategy is. And that's basically it. We're going to start off the week with Arsenal against Brighton. Arsenal and Brighton have both won their opening matchups, with Arsenal winning 2-0 against Wolves and 2-0 against Aston Villa, and Brighton winning 3-0 against Everton and 2-1 against Manchester United. Arsenal and Brighton, of course, met each other last season twice, with actually both times Arsenal getting the dub. One time 3-0 and the other time 2-0. In the last 4 home games for Arsenal against Brighton have actually won 3 though. So Brighton are really good when they play against Arsenal, except for, of course, last season then. And I think Arsenal at this moment have the better team, and I do really think Brighton can pose a real challenge, and I actually think there is a possibility Brighton can win, but no, I'm gonna say Arsenal will win. Then we have Brentford against Southampton. Brentford actually won their opener with 2-1 against Crystal Palace and then lost 2-0 against Liverpool. Southampton has lost both matches with 1-0 against Newcastle and Nottingham Forest. In the last 5 head-to-head of Brentford and Southampton, Brentford actually won 4 times and Southampton actually the other one. But at the moment, I think Brentford are a little bit better, a little bit more in form. So with that, I'm gonna go for Brentford. Then we have Everton against Bournemouth. Everton have lost both of their opening games with a 3-0 against Brighton and a 4-0 against Tottenham, which is, of course, not the greatest start. And Bournemouth actually started the season with 2 draws, a 1-1 against Nottingham Forest and a 1-1 against Newcastle. Last season, Bournemouth and Everton, of course, met each other twice, with both times the home team winning that matchup. Bournemouth did this 2-1 and Everton did it 3-0. In their head-to-head history, they've only played each other 7 times at the Everton Stadium. And in that stadium, there were 6 wins for Everton and only 1 for Bournemouth. But I actually think Bournemouth now at this moment got the stronger team and will get the W this matchup. Then we have Ipswich against Fulham. Ipswich had, of course, a really tough start, starting against Liverpool and Manchester City, of course, for them, just 2 calculated losses. But I think they lost like 2-0 against Liverpool and then 4-1 against Manchester City, where of course they were in the lead. But then Manchester City started playing football and won. Fulham started the season with a 1-0 loss to Manchester United and then won 2-1 against Leicester City. These teams have actually met each other for the last time in 2023 in the FL Cup, where Fulham won 3-1. But actually the last time Ipswich won was back in 2015. Since then, 6 wins for Fulham's and only 1 draw. I think with that and just the fact that I think Fulham has like the better team here, I think Fulham are going to get this W. Then Leicester City against Aston Villa. Leicester started with a 1-1 draw against Tottenham, but then a 2-1 loss against Fulham. Aston Villa actually started off with a 2-1 win against West Ham and then a 2-0 loss against Arsenal. These two, of course, met each other for the last time 2 seasons ago, where actually both times the away team won. But I think Aston Villa at this moment have the better team, have like the better, like a slightly better form. Of course, a loss against Arsenal, but that's no shame. And because of that, Aston Villa will get the W. Then we have Nottingham Forest against Wolves. Nottingham, of course, started the season with a draw against Bournemouth, and then a 1-0 win against Southampton. Wolves actually started the season with 2 losses, but they were against Arsenal, where it became 2-0, and Chelsea, where it became 6-2. But last season, of course, the two met each other twice, with both actually ending in a draw. Actually, the last 4 head-to-heads of these teams ended in the draw in 90 minutes, of course. One of it was in the EFL or the FA Cup, and there, of course, someone had to win. And I think Wolves at the moment have the better team, but Nottingham have like the better form, so it's kind of... But I think Wolves, they've had like way harder opponents. I think now easier opponent, and I think they will all get the W. Then it is West Ham against Manchester City. West Ham, of course, lost their first match with 2-1 to Aston Villa, and then they won 2-0 against Crystal Palace. Manchester City started off with 2 wins. How else? They won 2-0 against Chelsea and then 4-1 against Ipswich. Last season, of course, these two also played against each other 2 times, with both times City winning 3-1. Actually, the last time West Ham won against City in 90 minutes was back in 2015. Since then, 17 wins for City and only 4 draws. I think with that said, and just the fact that Manchester City are OP, I think, I think City will get the win here. Then we have Chelsea against Crystal Palace. Chelsea actually lost their first matchup, but of course it was 2-0 against City, but then bounced back with a 6-2 win over Wolves. Crystal Palace, of course, started the season not that good with 2 losses, a 2-1 against Brentford and a 2-0 loss to West Ham. Last season, these two, of course, also met each other, with actually Chelsea winning both. One they won 2-1 and the other one they won 3-1. Actually, the last time Crystal Palace won this matchup was back in 2017, and since then there are 8 wins for Chelsea. And I think Chelsea will make this streak 9 wins in a row, because I think they have the better team, better form, and should just win this one. Then we have Newcastle against Tottenham. Newcastle actually won their first matchup with a 1-0 over Southampton, but then drew a 1-1 against Bournemouth. Tottenham started the season with a 1-1 draw against Leicester, but then got a demolishing 4-0 against Everton. Last season, of course, these two met each other twice, with actually both times a win for the home team. They also met earlier this year in preseason, and there it actually ended 1-1. But I think at this moment Tottenham have like the way better team. Well, not the way better team, that's a little bit rough on Newcastle, but I think they have the better team and should get the W. Then Man United against Liverpool. Manchester United started the season with a 1-0 win against Fulham, and then a 2-1 loss to Brighton. Liverpool started with like 2-0 wins, 2-0 against Ipswich, 2-0 against Brentford. Pretty good. And these two actually played each other 3 times last season, with all 3 actually ending up in a draw, where in the FA Cup Manchester United then won on penalties, but I mean they both all ended in a draw. In the preseason of this season they also met, with actually Liverpool winning 3-0, and I actually think Liverpool are the better team here and should get the win because of that, but it's not going to be easy, I think. But no, they should get the win. And of course, Liverpool, my club, I'm just praying they win against their rivals. Like, please, fuck Man United up. But yeah, those were actually all those matches. Then I'm going to do my betting strategy. I'm going to put on 5 matches, money on 5 matches. It's going to be Brentford to win. The odd for that is 1.73. Bournemouth to win. Odd for that is 2.5. Fulham to win. The odd for that is 2.3. Wolves to win, odd for that is 3.65, 65. Then Tottenham to win, the odd for that is 2.5. I'm gonna do like my basic strategy with 0.5 euros on trebles and doubles. You can make both 10 doubles and 10 trebles with these 5 matches, and with that I've put 10 euros on these matches. and hopefully we'll get the win here. That's basically my goal. But yeah, that was actually my betting strategy, my thoughts about the matches. So for now, I want to thank you all for watching. Please have a great day, and I will see you.